All right, here we go.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the reboot. Okay, we get another horror reboot this year. When it comes to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like Leatherface, of course I know the famous horror villain, but I never actually saw the original movies from the 70s. I only saw the reboot when I was younger, parts of it, and it scared the living shit out of me. So I haven't watched the other movies yet, but when I saw the reboot, and I feel like, let's see what they do. Do they actually try to do something else, or does that fall in the same category as Halloween reboot? And I must say, this movie is actually kind of good. I mean, I found myself enjoying this movie way more than the Halloween reboot franchise. I mean, the characters in the movies are the typical teenage characters that you're gonna get in a horror movie. No character is really memorable. It's just like, and as soon as you see the characters, you can clearly tell, okay, you're dead, you are definitely dead. I mean, like, even when I saw the black guy, I was like, you dead. And when I saw the black girl, I was like, you dead. Come on, ain't no black person surviving horror movies, unless you're in a Jordan Peele movie. The story is this time that, you know, this group of people go to this old town that has been basically deserted, and they want to, you know, move in and build businesses there because they want to get away from the violence of everything. And there's this old orphanage home where basically Leatherface, where this old lady's taking care of Leatherface, basically making sure that he doesn't, you know, go crazy and everything. And then stuff happens, you know, where something bad happens, where Leatherface becomes Leatherface again. The great thing about this movie is really the tone and the tension in this movie. That's what I really love about horror. What, in my opinion, what makes great horror is not just the characters, but what really keeps you suspenseful is, yeah, like I said, the suspense and the tension between scenes. There's some really great suspenseful scenes. Like, my favorite sequence in the movie is this character, she's in the house while Leatherface is in there, and she's hiding, trying to be unnoticed, you know, and trying to figure out how to get out. But, you know, the windows are locked with bars, the wooden is creaking, so it makes a lot of noise, and there's some really great tension scenes. There's some really great tension in those moments. What I really loved about it is, like, when it comes, like, more calm down and just have, like, you know, characters trying to watch out for each other. And I feel like when a movie becomes more subtle, it's actually better, because then it goes from subtlety to super over the top extraordinary kills. I mean, like, characters survive in these movies, just like, how are you still survive? I mean, one character gets half of his face cut off, and you think he's dead, but he gets up. Then another character gets a chainsaw in their spot, in there, like, picked up, chainsaw, thrown down, and then, like, 10 minutes later, they still shooting a gun. I was just like, what is happening? Yo, you are dead. Your spine is cut in half. It's like, you are dead. How are you still breathing, let alone moving and shooting a gun? I was like, how is this possible? And like I said, you have those teenagers trying to escape. And like I said, the best sequence of this movie is just like, this girl being in his house and trying to escape, because and you also get this scene, you know, like we've seen in the trailer, like, bro, try to do one thing and you canceled. When I first saw this, like, oh my god, but once I saw it in the movie, it was actually pretty hilarious. It's like, and then you just cutting down through a bunch of people. Like I said, there's goriness, you get the typical Hollywood stuff, the horror stuff, but I feel like this movie falls in the same tradition as Halloween and all the new horror reboots of this old franchises. It's just like, it's nothing new. They really add nothing new to it. It's just the same thing. You get another group of teenagers in a small town being killed by Leatherface. It's basically it. And the characters are not memorable, and it's just the same thing. Oh, it's always the same, like in those horror movies. The characters that are loud and talking a lot and funny, they die, and you always have this one character that's shy and quiet and it's kind of awkward, and we all know that that character survives, which it does. And it's just like, that's why I feel like the biggest downpours of the movie is, like, we get the same tropes again. It's like, it's exactly the same. We get the same same thing over and over again with the stairs and with the same characters. Like I said, there are some good jump scares though. There was one moment I was like, oh shit. Oh shit, that really surprised me. Now this movie also could have ended way sooner than it did, because there's a moment where a character is in front of Leatherface with a shotgun pointing at it, and what I really feel is like, as soon as I saw that moment, I was just like, shoot him! What are you standing for? Shoot him! Shoot his ass! Shoot him! It's like, it's like he's standing right there, right in front of him with the shotgun. It's like, shoot him! And the person is just like, you know, say my name. Do you remember the people who you killed? I was like, who gives a fuck? Shoot him! It's like you have all these, it's like this moment. It's like you have these moments where characters are just like, shoot Leatherface. Why did I do it? And why they don't aim at his head? I never get this. They always shoot at his body. It's like, shoot in his face. The movie got me more involved than like Halloween Kills, which is like, it becomes laughably bad sometimes, the kills. But like, the characters sometimes do stuff in this movie that are so dumb, and I feel like Leatherface could have died many times in this series, but like, because of Leatherface, and they want to make a new trilogy, of course, same with Halloween, we're not gonna get that. And also I feel like this falls in the same trade as Halloween, because we get an original character from the original movies that also tries to kill him, just like Laurie Strode in Halloween. It's the exact same thing. Like, Hollywood is not even trying anymore. But like I said, that one sequence, if that character would have shot Leatherface, and it's not a short sequence where Leatherface just runs and hits her. No, they literally, it's like a minute long where they just stare at each other when she has a shotgun and just like, shoot his ass. But of course you cannot have that because the movie is over and they want to make more money. Like I said, that moment just like blew my mind. I was just like screaming at my screen. I was just like, shoot, shoot, just shoot, get over it. But no, it doesn't. I was just like, oh. But like I said, you do have these moments where this movie is like I said, when it's more subtle and more calm, it's actually better. But when you have these super over-the-top kills, it kind of throws the movie off balance a little bit, because it goes from this, you know, more serious, more serious, suspenseful horror movie to this over-the-top cartoon horror movie. I mean, there's a scene where Leatherface throws a hammer, hits a girl, and she flies like down the steps and hits under the house. It's just like, damn, I'm okay. She should have died just because her chest would have been like broken completely, but it survives. Like I said, characters are superheroes in this movie, because the amount of damage that they survive is incredible. I mean, it's just like, they're almost as invincible as Leatherface. I mean, characters get, like I said, face cut in half and they still walk later. After a couple minutes, characters get a chainsaw through them and they're still able to shoot a gun. It's just like characters get smashed with a hammer in the chest, fly many feet, smash into the ground, under the house, and they fine. They can walk, crawl, and run. I was just like, okay. I really feel like they couldn't decide on what balance they want to do. What I really feel they should have gone like on the more like calm, settled, suspenseful tension. It makes the movie better. Like every time there's because there are a lot of suspenseful scenes what really are the good parts of the movie, like they spread out, because you have those super intense kills, and I feel like they try to balance it out with the super over the top and more serious route. But I really feel like this more serious vibe makes the movie much more scarier, much more intense, and much more better than this super over the top. So I feel like they could have toned it down with those kills and the way characters die. It's just a little bit to kind of what I feel like why the original movie, why probably, I don't know if I ever see it because it's so damn scary, but because it's not so over the top and it looks like you have this grimy look to it. It looks more realistically, and I think when horror movies become more looks more realistically, they are more scary and become better movies. But that aspect of the movie I still can't tell. It's like, why didn't she shoot him when she had the chance? And just like, and why the other characters who have, every character has a gun, doesn't shoot at the head? I was just like, y'all dumb. But those are probably the screenwriters because they want to make 2 more movies, which we're gonna get. Like there's a post-credit scene where, you know, he see him walking to the old house, so we're definitely gonna get 2 more. Chainsaw Massacre was still more entertaining, more suspenseful, and better than the Halloween reboot, in my opinion. I really feel like they had more suspenseful, better scenes, and they had better, interesting kills. I mean, I love Halloween, I love Michael Myers. I feel like they kind of had more fun with it, and they had, like I said, those suspenseful scenes are just really what makes the movie so much better and more interesting. It makes you actually more care that the characters get out of the situation. When I watch Halloween Kills, I didn't care who he kills. I was just like, I don't care about these characters. And when you like, even in this movie, I really didn't care about the characters, but because the characters were put in such a situation, it made me want to root for them, made me want to see them, you know, get out alive. But those are really some of the better aspects of the movie. But like I said, she should have shot that dude and it would have been over. I'm gonna give this movie a 5 out of 10. It was alright as a reboot. There was some great kills and I really feel just like they could have given us something new. This is my biggest complaint with all the horror franchises. Like we get the same thing over and over again. The same like with Candyman, with just a little bit differently, but Halloween is just repeating the same thing from the old movies, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre is just doing the same thing from the original movies from the 70s. But the movie was alright. It was entertaining. The movie was still entertaining though. I must say there are some great tense sequences. Suspension is really good in the movie. Just like I said, it's stuff we have seen before. But let me know what you think about the movie. So thanks everybody for watching, and as always, see you next time.